Hey, hey. Guess what, y'all? Recap real quick, okay? This is a recap on I don't like the nasty female bartenders, right? So, guess what, guys? I tried to be a big girl yesterday and I went out, right? Little spot I go to from time to time. And lo and behold, here we go. Same female bartender. And let me make sure I give you my steps as we talk about this real quick. So, guess what? We go in, we come in, me, two of my family members, we go in, we go direct soon as you come in and turn left, you got the ATM machine standing right there. The bar is directly across from it. The section she works looks right at this machine. We all three of us stood at the machine, each one took turns pulling their money out to get whatever we had to get, right? So now I get mine. I walk over to the bar counter, and this young lady, same one, the final straw that made me do the video in the beginning. Lo and behold, this is her. So I see her. I'm looking for a minute, and I'm gonna tell y'all some real stuff. I pray over myself all the time. You understand? I pray over every encounter, every time. So I look and look almost like she had a slight smile. So I gave a little smile, like, "Hey, how you doing?" And that's the first thing that was out of order. I shouldn't have to say "How you doing" to a person that's supposed to be providing me a service. That's their job to say hello to me, okay? But I waved that. I said, "Hey, how you doing?" And she said something I didn't quite hear. And I said, "Huh?" And I said, huh?" I didn't hear because she stepped over to me. As she stepped up, whatever, I said, huh, I didn't hear. "You got cash? You ain't got no cash. You ain't got no cash. No, I ain't doing shit. I ain't doing shit." And walked off. Ho. I said, "Ho, miss, wait a minute. Hold on. I got money. I got money right here." Oh, I didn't know. I said, "Let me ask you a question. Why are the female bartenders in here so freaking nasty? Why?" She was like, I'm not being you are very nasty. Yes, you are." I said, "Yeah, you are being very nasty." And I said, and it's so sad because this is not the first encounter I'd have had in this place with nasty, rude service. And it's female bartenders. Like, what is that? I don't understand that. I said, and here I am paying dues to this thing. I'm helping keep you a freaking paycheck, whether you understand this or know it or not. So this is me, y'all. So she all da da da. You know how many people come over here and order this, and I got to be something, and they ain't got no cash, and that baby, I don't have anything to do with that. Okay. I said, "Okay, but I got the anyway." So I said, "Look, can I get a whatever?" So as I'm talking, I said, "No, because this." I said, "Guess what?" So she all whatever, because she don't say how you doing. She don't give a smile, nothing, just look at you. But if I was a man, she like this. And I'm trying to let these chicks know, first and foremost, I got these girls to play with. I don't need you giggling in. I ain't doing nothing. You got to overdo your shit just to get a tip, okay? And I do tip. So I said, "What's your name?" She said, "Huh? What's my name? What's my name?" So she grabbed something out the air. You know how they do when you rude and you ask that question. Then they feel like, "Oh, you gonna write me up? Oh, I'm giving you anything." I don't care. She said her name was V. I said, "Okay, V." I said, I even asked her, "What's your sign?" She said, "Leo." I said, "Okay, cool. Now I get it. I get it a little bit because you a little fiery. You hot." I said, "I'm Virgo. I spin right off of y'all. Meaning we ain't no different for real when it come down to me getting off of my stuff. Because if I raise up too, that's going to be an ugly situation in the room. But I'm not that. I'm not first ever trying to be that part of myself, right?" So I said, "Well, guess what, V?" I said, "V, guess what?" I said, "I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm just don't understand what's going on with the nasty behavior with the women." I said, "But let me say this to you, V." So she got the drinks, we got all that situated and everything. And then I said something in reference to I said I got a blog. I said, and guess what? I did a piece just on rude female bartenders. So she looking. I said, I did. I said, and guess what? Because now by now we done got the drink situated and everything. I said, and guess what? I said, and guess what the end result in that was? She said, what? She looking, what? I said, what we'll do now from now on is ask the person that's providing the service, like rate yourself and tell me what you think your tip should be. Okay. So she looking like, oh, I said, so at this point right now, I'm gonna ask you, what do you think your tip should be? She said, oh, far as the drinks I made, whatever this, I said, no, basically, no, far as the whole overall experience that we just had with one another. What do you feel like your tip should be? How what would you rate yourself as where your tip would be? Fold her arms. I mean, I don't even know how to answer that. I don't even know how to answer that. So we already know if you can't grade yourself, then that's a fat ass zero, right? Okay. So I said, okay. I said, but yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I said I'm going around and having people rate themselves for their own tip. I said, okay, so you said you have nothing with this, but your rating. I don't know how to answer that. I really don't. Okay, so we know what it is. I said, okay, so I guess the next time I see you, I said, you'll know what that tip gonna be, right? I said, but let me know. I said, let me ask you one other thing before I said that. I said, do you know me? You remember me from? Do you know me in here, or remember seeing me in here? I mean, now I said, because you know your regulars and stuff. Yeah, yeah, no, you're not a regular. That's my point. I'm not a regular. I'm a here or there. I'm a here or there. I come here or there. I'm not always here. So I know I'm not a regular that you deal with. So that's what confuses me as to the way you come off. You know, However, I said, but either way, I'm gonna see you soon. I said, when I see you on the next one, you gonna know what that tip is, right? She like, girl, whatever. I said, okay, how we gonna laugh it up and know what? Cause no, she got the and you see this and how you that. Guess what? If I pay for fees for a service and you already neglected to give me that, but if I had somebody some dollars or whatever, change or whatever, that's my money to give her to do whatever I want her to do with it. Okay? You tell me I could take your stuff. You ain't gonna take shit I paid for one, unless I've really broken some type of rule. However, you're only looking for a countersuit because I'm telling you what you just did and how you did it was totally unprofessional. It was unnecessarily rude and nasty. And I put it out there to you so that you can look at yourself, catch yourself. Because if I'm boldly telling you that I'm in the habit of now allowing people to provide me a service and I am basically letting them rate themselves, then guess what? If I'm letting them rate themselves, then guess what, baby? You just gave yourself a fat no tip. How about that? So I said whatever. I said, okay, well, either way, I'll see you on this particular day. And when I see you, we gonna have you gonna figure you gonna know what your tip is. Because how about I'm boldly telling you what I'm doing right now. But can you imagine how many other hundreds of people you may have had encounters with throughout a week's time that's in the same mindset? They sit back, watch, calculate everything and how you service me and how you treated me as to what they want to tip you. If you think like that, then maybe your attitude would be adjusted and you would treat people a little decently and you might rake up on a nice bowl of change, you know? So I left her with that. My girlfriend gonna snatch whatever and throw her $2. I'm looking at her like, look at you. You done messed up a whole movement that fast and don't even know what you was doing. She cracking up as I tell her about it today. Cause she didn't deserve the $2 either on some real stuff. She didn't deserve the $2 at all because the attitude was nasty and very aggressive. So when I told her that, she was like, oh, I'm not being aggressive with this and that. So as she kept talking, she would say something. I said, Leo, hey, Leo, you're doing it again. I looked at her and said, you're doing it again. What? I'm not doing anything. At that time, she dissing that. I said, you're doing it again. Well, I'm not being aggressive. I said, oh, yeah, you are doing that. I said, guess what? Your head moving left and right, your hands moving, your face twisted. Oh, you're doing it again. So my whole thing is to say, like, people don't know where your mindset is. Sometimes you step out the house to get away from your own pressures of life. And then you got to encounter somebody that you're spending your money with, talking to you like you owe them money or something. Like, that could put a person in a whole nother headspace. Now, if I was some psycho chick, I could have waited for, let me not say psycho chick, because a person don't have to be psycho for you to make them go loco. How about that? Now, what if I was on some other stuff and waited for it to get off work? See, this is the thing about people in service. And if you're listening and you're in the service and you have a issue with communicating with people and you talk to people like trash, somebody somewhere might decide to sit and wait on you for the rest of the night. People don't have things to do. You gotta be mindful of these things. Because if I was on some other stuff, I could have sat outside and waited for it to get off. I could have waited for her to leave that whole location, right? And slid up on her somewhere else. And if you was just that way with the whole, only thing is you're gonna identify who I am at this moment. So whatever move I'm gonna make, I gotta be like night night. You ain't gonna be able to say shit when you wake up because you ain't gonna remember shit. But this is the thing I'm trying to tell people: like, treat people the way you want them to treat you, folks. Don't do shit to nobody that you cannot have do the same exact way back to your ass. Don't be that person. But yeah, I told y'all what I was going to do with the rude behavior when it comes to service workers, especially when it comes to service workers who work for a tip. What did I tell y'all to do? From here on out, after they give you everything they give you, because you are not obligated to give a tip if somebody's treating you rudely. Know that. That's your money, okay? And you ain't stole nothing by paying for what you ordered and not tipping the person who brought it to you because you didn't appreciate the way they treated you. That's a lot. You ain't gotta give nobody your money. But guess what? I told y'all what we was gonna do, right? All you do is sit back and wait, and then say, "Let me ask you something. I'm running. I'm doing something right now. I'm experimenting with something, and I'm basically allowing the service provider to evaluate themselves and then tell me what they think their tip should be. Do that and watch the stuck look on their face, like, oh shit, oh wow." What the hell I supposed to say to this? Because I know damn well I didn't just treat you nice at all. I mean, as soon as you walked up, I looked at you and said something barely clear enough for you to hear. Walked off and you asked something. You ain't got no money. Hell no, I ain't doing no shit. I'm not fixing shit. What? And this is your workplace? You know what? I might just wait a few years back when I stopped going there at all and peek back in and see if you still working there. Because see, behavior like that will keep you stuck in a situation where you are. I love you guys. Smooches.